that's going on. A lot of the events, and one of the first things we're going to talk about is an article. And it's funny. I saw this, and I really liked it, and I was I was getting ready to share it on on Facebook, and I started getting it emailed to me. People started sending me messages saying, "I don't know if you saw this. It's really good. It's really good." And it's an article that's in this week's Chronicle, and the headline here: "Small town flair in the big city." It's all about Woodhaven, and it's a really nice positive article, which is kind of a blend of a feature of our community and a little historical a sketch of our community. So it's a really nice piece, and I really recommend it. A lot of nice little historical tidbits in there. And that's written by Domenick Rafter of the Queens Chronicle, who joins us right now. So let me bring him on here. Domenick, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing really good. So now, what's really kind of cool about it, I just want to tell everyone this story too, because we were my wife and I were driving through Forest Park one day. We were on our way to a Little League game, and we saw you walking through the park, and
right.
We ended up talking the next day or two, and I was like, "Hey, I saw you walking through the park up there," and and why don't you tell us what you were doing up there, because it has something to do with this article.
It does, yes. I was trying to get a good shot of. I went at some point in the past. I got a good shot of what I call the Woodhaven skyline from Forest Park Drive by the Van Show. That's the steeple of St. Thomas and the clock tower by Pathmark and the J train and some of the apartment buildings and stuff. But I was trying to find where I took that shot, and I couldn't. And then I realized that I'd taken it in the winter when there are no leaves in the trees. So I wasn't able to get it, but that's what I was doing up there that day. It was a couple of days before this article came out.
And it looks like you ended up here on 92nd Street, it looks like. And,
I did, yeah. I remember that I had taken another picture of the clock tower. The main photo in the article is a picture of the clock tower at the old factory that I took from 92nd, I believe it's 92nd Street, between Jamaica and Atlantic. And I knew that I had taken another picture of the clock tower from there before. And I knew that I'd done it in the summer or at least in the fall, because there were leaves on the trees. So I walked up and down, and maybe some of the residents might have seen me do this and thought it was weird. I walked up and down the street about 5 or 6 times before finding the perfect shot. And there was some residents who looked at me and wondered what I was doing, but that was it. I wanted to get that same shot that I gotten a few years ago, and I got it, and that was the main photo that I used for the picture, for the article.
It's a great picture, and it's it's something that you get a lot of people in Woodhaven, former residents, current residents, they embrace the clock tower. And listen, it was once part of Woodhaven. Technically now it's actually over the border in Richmond Hill. Do the residents of Ozone Park? Sorry, Richmond Hill. It's in Ozone Park. Do the residents of Ozone Park? Do they have the same attachment to the clock tower that the residents of Woodhaven have?
No, I wouldn't say they don't. And I just to clarify that too, I'm a resident of Ozone Park, and I grew up here. We don't. Our landmarks are the A train, the aqueduct. Those are the things we look at. Even we consider the clock tower to be more of a Woodhaven thing than Ozone Park, and it just sits right on the border. And we'll claim Pathmark and the shopping center, but the clock tower always is more of a Woodhaven thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know Woodhaven used to stretch into far. I've never actually been quite clear when that border was actually put in place, and exactly how far Woodhaven used to go into Ozone Park. I know, I know it used to go the street behind there, 95th Avenue, maybe a little bit beyond that, but I'm not really entirely sure how far beyond that.
It's a little vague of when the borders changed and where they actually are. I mean, now it's more clearer because the main streets that surround Woodhaven, but I know that especially those buildings along 95th Avenue behind the shopping center, those are considered to be Woodhaven landmarks too.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, the article's getting a lot of buzz right now. A lot of people passing it around and really appreciative. Now this is part of a larger effort by the Chronicle, featuring a number of neighborhoods, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, we do annually every June. We do what's called the Celebration of Queens edition, where we highlight different things every year. And this year, we decided to do neighborhoods. We picked 8 or 9 neighborhoods across the borough, Woodhaven being one of them. Another one in South Queens being Howard Beach, massive Jackson Heights, Whitestone, neighborhoods like that. And we each, all the editors from the old different areas, did 1 or 2 of them, and I was assigned Woodhaven and Howard Beach because I live between the two.
Right.
And so we decided Woodhaven was one of the obvious ones we should highlight because more than most neighborhoods in the borough, Woodhaven is a defined area. It's much more defined as a neighborhood community. That's why I call it the small town in the borough, where many of the neighborhoods are sort of the borders are vague, the borders aren't clear, the community, they're either sub-communities within one community or they're with another one. Woodhaven is one of the few that, at least I would say, is defined.
Interesting. That's a really good point.